Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I would like to bring myself into notice. My name is Hassan Ali. I belong to Sawavi. I'm a student of BS Chemistry, and today my topic of presentation is going to be thermogravimetry. Different analytical techniques are used in analytical chemistry to carry out various types of analysis. Thermogravimetry is one of those analytical techniques. If we define thermogravimetry, so its definition comes out to be the process in which we study the effect of heat on mass of any substance, or we can define it as it is the process in which we study the relationship between heat and mass of any substance. Thermogravimetry is the combination of three words. Thermo mean heat or temperature, gravy mean mass or weight, and metry mean measurement. So what we gonna do in thermogravimetry? In it we basically study the relationship between heat and mass, or you can say in which we study the effect of heat on mass of any substance. For example, we have a sample of sand and water, and we wanna note the effect of heat on the mass of that sample. First of all, we will have to look at the initial temperature and initial mass of the sample. The initial mass and initial temperature of the sample is 100 gram and 25 degrees centigrade. If we increase the temperature from 25 to 35, then from 35 to 50, then from 50 to 75, and from 75 to 100 degrees centigrade, we will notice that the mass of that sample decreases from 100 gram to 95 gram, and from 95 to 85, from 85 to 70, and from 70 to 60 or 55 grams. So what is the reason behind that decrease in mass? The decrease in mass is due to the water evaporated in this process. As we supply heat, as we apply heat, as we provide heat to the sample, the water present in the sand and water mixture is evaporated. So the mass of that sample decreases because the water evaporates from it. We can also define thermogravimetry as the process in which we continuously record the decrease in mass versus temperature. This is also a definition you can use for thermogravimetry. Thermogravimetry gives us information about the following things. First of all, it tells us about the thermal stability of compounds. If we provide heat to substances, so thermogravimetry tells us about the thermal stability. The thermal stability of compound is something you can consider as its stability on the applying of heat, or the capacity of it to stay neutral on applying of heat. So thermogravimetry tells us about the thermal stability of compounds. It also tells us about the oxidation stability of compounds, or oxidative stability of compounds. In thermogravimetry, sometimes we apply oxidative environment to some compounds. So we basically check the oxidative stability of compounds in it. It also tells us about the decomposition kinetics of compounds, how fastly a substance decomposes on heat. And lastly, it tells us about the moisture and volatile components of mixture. Different moisture and volatile components are present in some substances. So in thermogravimetry, we basically deals with heat and mass. So as we apply heat to it, as we supply heat to some substances, the moisture and volatile compounds are evaporated from that sample. So it also tells us about the moisture and volatile components of mixture. In thermogravimetry, we see that as we supply heat to a sample, the mass of the sample decreases. What's the reason behind that? The reason behind that decrease in mass is basically decomposition, reduction, or you can say desorption or evaporation. There are four main reasons for the decrease in mass. First of all, we have evaporation. If we apply heat, if we provide heat to a sample, the water present in it or the volatile components present in it are evaporated due to that heat. And the second reason behind decrease in mass is decomposition. Sometimes when we apply heat to a sample, the substance decomposes into different fractions. So this is also a reason behind the decrease in mass. Also, we experience desorption in thermogravimetry. In thermogravimetry, sometimes the substance undergo desorption, and that desorption basically becomes the reason behind the decrease in mass. Last but not the least is reduction. Sometimes in thermogravimetry, we provide a reductive environment to some compounds, in which our main goal is to reduce that sample. So the substance basically undergoes reduction, and its mass decreases due to that reduction. These are the four reasons behind decrease in mass.